Welcome back to the Supremely Black Podcast. This is your boy D Rose. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into this. Shout out to the people that were impacted in Norfolk, Virginia. Just when we have been seeing a lot of, black women protection and shit of that nature, this is what happens.
The suspect is known. The suspect is a coward. The suspect shot one victim, and as the community was trying to render aid, this coward shoots them. You know, we get excited about a lot of things, but this nonsense has to stop. And this idea that everybody can be saved, that's gone by the way of the totem pole. This has to stop.
What do you want to say?
Well, we're here for the community, for the Young Terrace community, the families, the children in the community, just to show that we in solidarity with them. But against senseless gun violence, the three persons that are deceased, two victims, one has been released, but one still remains critical. But there are too many guns in the hands of bad people, the wrong people.
All right, so welcome back. Crazy story. Again, my condolences goes out to everyone involved in the Norfolk area. That's definitely going to be impacted. Shout out to my supporters for getting me this video. They definitely got to cover it. We've talked about a lot here at Supremely Black about, women protection and queen protection. There's been a lot of things going on, a lot of, random attacks on women. It really seems as if that the black women are being targeted. So this is definitely something that you just can't overlook. And if you've seen the videos, ain't no way in hell, bro, that a domestic dispute would result in 3 women dying and 2 others being shot. And one, the initial target was the girlfriend that you all had disagreement. The young man, 19-year-old Ziante, had approached the car, shot her in the arm before shooting at least 2 of the other ones in her execution style, is what's being reported from the news clipping, and they're calling it a mass shooting. And usually I would have something to say in regards to that, to say that, they're doing it for clickbait or trying to get people to pay attention to it. But you have to understand the severity of 5 people being shot over a domestic dispute. As a man, I can speak on this. You have enough power to restrain a female to where it doesn't escalate to that. But when you get to a point where you have lost all sense of care in the world, just straight reckless, bro. Like I was really lost for words when I was reading this, and when it was sent to me last night, that this is where we've come to. And then not that we've gotten it all figured out. I understand that there's going to be shooting and people are going to die, but we've got to a point where now a domestic dispute, or you and your girlfriend getting into it, leads to 3 people getting killed in execution style. Like, so 3 murders and, 2 attempts at 19. I don't really know where to go to with it, to be for real with you, man. Like, that is some crazy shit. Like, I have little sisters, I have aunties. Like, don't get me wrong, there's always been things that have occurred, but when we think about stuff like this, bro, this is when we have to realize that the real men have to be more present. These were women that went to defend this lady, and there's other people that haven't even spoke out on the situation just because they don't want to be identified. But these were women that had attempted to help a friend or a neighbor, and 2 of them were killed and 2 of them were injured and have been released. But that's besides the point. When you think about how I look at it is, where are the protests? Where is we ain't heard for Black Lives Matter in hell, whole 2021. You know, to me, that I just think these are the things that we have to be active as real men, as real people, a part of the community. This isn't something that we definitely don't need to turn this into a trend, but this can't go unnoticed. Like this, these are the things that have to stop. And then if we are getting to a point where we can't even have sensible enough thinking to where a dispute or argument leads to killing, how could we ever think that we're ever going to get to a point that the other side is going to respect us, for one? Let's just be honest with that. And then on top of that, that they're not going to be able to use the same aggression in a random police stop, mental health dispute. You know, it's a lot of different things that goes into part of that, because we're still playing it to a part. We have a 19-year-old that has attempted to kill 5 people and was able to kill 3, and it's being mentioned as a mass shooting and execution style. Like, bro, if that's where we're at, then for the real ones, I mean, if this is the shit that we're gonna tolerate, we have to get to a point. This can't be it. I mean, we're gonna keep reporting this. I guess we all die. Maybe Black Lives Matter step in. Maybe the government will step in. But when is it gonna take to a point where we're getting in front of some of this stuff to, you know, prevent it from happening? Because we've lost control, man. And it's hard to point the finger, and we damn pointing the finger is that this is our communities. This is nationwide. This is what's happening. These are the very women that bring us into life are being targeted as if that they're soldiers or something. You feel me? Like this shit has to stop now, like across the board. But then now we ain't even have respect for kids. Kids getting killed. Women are getting killed. You know, it's enough that the young kids are just, you know, the young brothers and sisters in the hood is getting killed by straight bullets. But now it's everything is going to result in somebody dying. We have no critical thinking. Like, come on, dog. Ain't no way, man. Like, I refuse to think that there's these young people are this lost in our community, is this disconnected, that we wouldn't push on where's Black Lives Matter. We wouldn't push on where's the, you know, the real ones in the streets that hold a little justice. Like, it's getting to a point where now it's us against us. But when it happens on the opposite side, we protest across the country. Like, something has to be done about that, man. And I'm gonna reach out to see, because I know a few people that are actually in the Norfolk area, to see exactly what's going on in the community and see if this is a consistent trend, and what's going on, and maybe there's some community work that could be done differently, or is it mayors that have neglected the issues? But, you know, when it comes down to just a young man to make that decision, bro, it has to be some people in his life that he felt that was something that he should have reacted in that way. And I was raised around men that you don't even put your hands on women, but now we get to a point where we don't even respect them and we just shooting and killing them. Like, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, man. We got a lot to do. Got to keep growing with it. You know, again, my thoughts and prayers goes out to the Norfolk community and just worldwide. Like, hopefully when you all see this video, share it, get it to some other major people within the city that can hit our DMs and, you know, connect with, the Supremely Black podcast. But let's get ahead of this shit, man, because at the end of the day, when things like this occur, and especially when we're attacking our Black women, we're losing all of our support as men to say that we're protecting them when these are the things that we're actually seeing on TV, and not that things are going to happen, because we understand. I'm not naive enough not to think that, but we should be protecting, not killing our own women within the streets. Like, that ain't it. So make sure you tap in, leave your comments, hit our DMs on Instagram. The information is on the screen as well. Make sure you subscribe and you like and share. But again, my condolences goes out to Norfolk, Virginia, the 3 ladies that lost their lives, the other 2 that were impacted as well. But these type of coward acts can no longer stand. For real, for real. So make sure y'all tap in, share the video. This is your boy D Rose again from the Supreme Black Podcast, and I'm out.